the act of taking paint out or squeezing paint out onto the paper, however you do it, is still fascinates me. How smoothing it out and manipulating on a piece of paper, it's an incredible feeling. It really is. And when I started first painting, which I enjoyed the tubes a lot more than the paint, I think, in a lot of ways. There was something that's very tactile, and when you open a new tube, before you use the paint, there's something so full of both potential but also the crispness of the paint, everything, how that goes on. It's something, wow, it never goes away. That feeling from when I was young, when I was doing that, when I first started painting, which was quite early on, but when I started seriously thinking about what I was going to do, how I was going to do it, learning tonals, learning how to do the techniques of brushes, it stays with you and it drives you. That drove me for a long time, just to sit and paint, just so I was using the paint, which is rather than the subjects particularly, it was the process and how you turn that into something else as well, into you turn a flat piece of paper or a flat thing into something that has relief in it, which is a different way to doing this particular abstractions the way I use it now. However, it still has the same resonances, and the drive, the moment to use which paint do I want? The drive to use those, feel those same things that make you want to do it again and again, and find new ways of doing very often the similar thing, but you still want to, this the act of putting paint onto paper is hypnotic. It really is. So if you feel that, or whichever it is, the reason for saying it is that whatever gets you to do whatever you want to do, keep doing it. Keep feeling that little feeling alive, and it will be a fair, well, it doesn't say it will be, but it very often is a small amount, a small feeling, a small thing of something that you do as part of the process that keeps you doing. You can think of it for all sorts of things that you do like that. You become a chef because you love chopping onions or chopping things into really small pieces. I mean, that could be the reason that you're a chef, because you love that process of cutting stuff up. You love the rest of it and the cooking the way it does, but there's that thing that really you start and think, that's what I need to do. And you start, and then of course you've got a meal on your hands because you started the cutting process, and you have to carry on because you're going to make what you're going to do with thousands of pieces of cut onions or cut chilies. What are you going to do with them? It's going to hang around the kitchen. You've got to do something with them. I think it's a bit similar to this. I could do this and just spread it around and on the board, but you've got to do something with it, so you might as well do something with it. But of course, then something else takes over, so the rest of there is other aspects of the whole thing that then drive it as well, of course. And I do like doing this technique of having a lot of paint on and then just letting the bubble, really letting the wave do that, because you get a beautiful line whichever way you do it. And you can make it, you can as like that, or you can just tip it out. It's just lovely. Or you can squeeze it out like that. There's a bit of a roll. Never be afraid to use a load of paint either. Obviously, if you are restricted, I mean, that could be one of your restrictions. You're only going to use a certain amount of paint. I think I've said that before. But, it's great. Let's put that straight on there. Because we're getting enough 1.5 minutes. Right. Right, that's good. So you got a lovely flat colour with that one. Could do something with it. I could just tamp it, which I probably will do, I think, because just make sure that I'm going to get that right. Do I want to do that? Yeah. Oh, it's one of those situations where you know your hand knows what you want to do, but it doesn't quite know what to do, and you know what to do, and it doesn't. But it's not quite willing to do what you want it to do. So we'll do something else then, which will be. Oh, I'm gonna have to just do this because I can't. I can leave it now, but it's so close to being done something. What do I want to do with that? I don't want to do that at all. I want to do something completely different. Always take note of your intuition. Always take note of what you're trying to tell yourself, even if you don't know what you're trying to tell yourself. You will find out what it is. So I need that colour on there. Do I need another colour? Do I need red on that? I need a red on that just to bring it out. No. Yeah, I think I do. On the top. If you put directly on there, you get a totally different kind of feel as you do it. So this is going to have to just, I'm not going to think about it, I'm just going to do it. Standard in there and a swipe over the top. That's it. That's it.